Welcome back to RuneScape League's Catalyst. There's some demon stuff happening back over there. We're already done with that. Doing some fletching. AFK when necessary. There's 50 million fletching XP for 200 points. And with that, we are kind of currently out of things to just sit around while waiting to do stuff. There's a couple other options, but that was definitely one of them. Yeah, 50 million XP. Perfect amount of everything. Very good. You have a lot of skills to work on here. Other things I've been preparing in the background. Lots of stuff to do. Still. Went and did some Reaper assignments over at Krill Tsutzroth. Got a portal there. Got full subjugation. Those are War Priest. We need some boots from the bank. Bank boots. A couple duplicates we might use for necromancy stuff. There is 200 points for that. Also pretty close to the Gowmer's Dungeon kill count task. There's more we could do at, like, I guess, Kriara. But for that we would need non-melee, so that is a problem for later. Let's do some farming tasks. Whole pile of things we can go and plant here. It also connects to some other tasks, but we'll get to that when we get to that. Taking the stuff we just already have in the bank. Let's go around doing some stuff. Instantly growing the plants. Always a good time. Check health. Banana tree. On Kramja. That is 1. A area task set task. And also a league task. For 30 points. A lot more points here from Star Blooms. We planted 1 down in Falador. Now we can plant more, so they have more seeds. 24 flowers, 200 points. We got a few more we could make stronger stuff. Turn the Star Bloom flowers into Star Bloom robes. Magic stuff. Might just stick with the subjugation, honestly. But there is also niche uses of, like, full magic armor with animated dead or something. Tank something something. And we can keep getting free seeds here too, that's pretty good. Are we getting free battle staffs? Also maybe. Anyways, that's something to worry about later. Bittercap mushrooms over here in Canvas. That is 30 points. A papaya tree in Letya, also 30 points. Another papaya tree, this time in the Tree Gnome Stronghold, also 30 points. And some papayas. Had to mine a big rock and construct this cactus patch over here on Anachronia. Let's plump in a dragon fruit seed here. And it grows and grows. Almost instantaneously. Close enough. Look at that. That is... pick it. 200 points. Well, that's pretty good. Let's pop over to Prifdinus now. Also, basically instantaneously. Use this crystal acorn that we got from the Max Guild or something. Put that in the crystal tree patch. Check it. Blossom tomorrow. It's tomorrow now. 200 points for grabbing a crystal tree blossom. The next farming thing took a little bit of extra effort. Harmony pillars for Harmony Moss. Got defense and attack. So went and did a Vindicta and Gorvik Reaper assignment. Got some stuff. Crest of Zeros we could use on the Animal Core Helmore legs to make some melee equipment. But we already have Masterwork, so it's worthless to us. We can still get our Harmony Moss though. For 80 points. Do anything with this? Probably. Worry about that later. or not at all. Depends if we care. Anyways. Okay. There's 80 points for collecting miscellanea resources at full approval. I thought we did that during the quest the first time, but 100%, 100%. Got some seed nests here. This is what we're specifically looking for. See if we get the seed we need. We did indeed. And if we didn't, we could have just advanced time a whole bunch and got even more nests. Here's a magic tree growing in Lumbridge. Time advancing, super quick. Relic. Check it. For 80 points. I got this seed from a dinosaur. Avocado seed in a bush patch. Save a seed, just planting it, 200 points. Don't even need to check it, grab some avocados. Fantastic. Well, this one could have been a long and annoying task, but we just planted multiple bushes here to gather 20 lychee for 200 points. Or we could have just waited for them to come back, but no. The last purely farming task we're going to be doing here is dinosaurs. Got some dinosaurs with genetic instability for getting more traits, and then got the traits re-rolled into more shiny traits. Not the perfect ones, but it was taking a lot of re-rolls to get these. And we only have so many beans. So what we're gonna do is put these in here, and then continually advance time at the time here. Make them larger, make them larger, make them larger. Days and weeks just passing by, getting new eggs. And eventually, with some percent chance, one of these should be shiny. That was it? All right there? Completed all the Malatops breeds. Plus 400 points. Shiny dinosaur. We did it. Alright, perfect. That was way more common than it should have been. I'm not gonna complain. Now, we have a few more things to do here on the farm. Combining stuff from here. Doing some farming. Making some potions. Well, there's something. Make a 4-dose potion, because that's how these work here. Making power bursts. They come as 4-dose. This was an entire process. A lot of different steps. Got our fruit that we got from the bushes, turned that into primal pulp and made into primal extract. Made some stamina potions with super energy potions. I needed some Mortmire fungus and Arbok that I had to clean. And then I was looking at the regular recipe when I have access to the improved recipe, so I didn't actually need 4-dose potions, so I made a bunch of extra stamina potions and energy potions, which I needed to go plant Harlander and then clean it and then go buy chocolate bars and grind the chocolate dust, and it was just an entire thing. Bought some vials of different stuff, had all this spark chitin. There is 25 power burst potions, 200 points. Compared to all that mess, we should have a lot easier time making the vulnerability bombs. We got the bombs, we got the extracts, we got soul runes and chaos runes. Those are just already here. Grew a few extra dinosaurs to get some dinosaur roars. We have the dwarf weed. Yep. And what is the plus one here? 1 dwarf weed each. Okay. Let's move that to the bottom of here. So I'm gonna grab some extract and dwarf weed. I'm making 25, so That should not quite work, but good enough. Inventory space. Vulnerability bombs. Making 2 of them. What are we out of? Chaos and soul runes, because I only picked up 8. Presets. Choosing how many things. Alright, here's more soul runes. Here's more chaos runes. Make some more vulnerability bombs. Also working on the make 1,000 potions situation here. Really depends what potions we actually need. Kind of been just getting away with not really worrying about it at all. There's definitely been a system here. Let's grab a couple more of these. We're limited by the vials more than anything. This will get done eventually here. This was definitely a lot less potions involved in making these vulnerability bombs. And we already had all the dinosaurs from back when we were working on Aya. So that worked out nicely. These, make those, make that. Okay. And then one of the herbs that we used while making the stamina potion, that was Arbuck. There's a task we can do with that after we're done here. There's 200 more points. Bomb potions. 100 dwarf weeds. Because I just took out the inventory and continued doing that. Not exactly what we're trying to do. We were cleaning Arbucks. Also did dwarf weed and then Lantodime. Yep. We're using Arbucks in the previous potions, so we've seen that. 80 points for that. 80 points for the dwarf weeds. 80 points for Lantodymes. Just have a whole pile of grimy herbs in the bank from the farming up a bunch of stuff trying to get butterflies in the Cruis Hour herb patch situation. Anyways, that's a lot of clean herbs. How about we make some other potions too? Check out what herb lore tasks there are. Here's some anti-fire potions. Need to go get the blue dragon scales, crush them down. 80 points for 15 of those. Could probably go and make super anti-fires. Could be a good thing to have for some things. See if that's a task. Making overloads. Isn't even really that bad in leagues here. Buy all of the super potions from the shop over in Mazcab. And then attack, strength, and defense extremes are just herbs we have a whole pile of. Ground mud runes and Grenwall spikes we got from places. Only real problem was the extreme necromancy. Needed some miasma runes. Had just enough of the necromancy essence stuff to go make enough to go. Need to really do some necromancy stuff at some point here, but we got enough to accomplish making all the overloads here we need. All 15 of them for 200 points. Also, making all of the extremes counted as making a potion for the potion task. So, if we run out of other potions we need to make, that'd be a very easy way to go for it. Since we don't even need to worry about making the unfinished potions. Really could set up an invention machine to do that for us, but don't need to. Juju potions. Specifically, a perfect variety. Got to use that harmony moss that we just got. There's 80 points. Got the vines from doing farming Jadinkos that we got from the Dream of Aya. That works. Still doing wilderness events. Like the tree here for 110 wood cutting. That is 200 points. 14 hours later, at another evil tree, there is 110 fire making for 200 points. And we're going to celebrate getting 110 fire making by lighting a fire. I was planning to bring the log, but then things happened. Let's grab in here. I'll take a magic log since I have 4,000 of them. Light a magic log. Ain't that fun? 1,000 logs burned. 8 points. Still need to get to 50 million XP though. So, still working on it. But, back to potions. For now. Just had to go and do, as a first resort. Still quite an ordeal. Some experience, the spas, the meat shop. We don't really need the meat from. Oysters and caskets. Charter ships. What we really care about here is robust glass and crystal glass for flasks. Which is what we need for the potions we need to make. Well, that was a bit of potion work. My goodness. So many different potions, so many different things. Making some potions now. We'll make a spiritual prayer potion. That needed a summoning potion, which needed cockatrice eggs, which actually needed 2 since we make it in 3 dose. I had to decant it to be 4 dose. A lot of decanting between 3 and 4 dose here, depending on the potions we're making. Here's a spiritual prayer potion. Prayer and summoning points. One of those, 200 league points. Next on the list, we made some overloads, then made them supreme overloads, and then elder overloads. Now we're adding everything else to it. Had some anti-fires, went and got some phoenix feathers, which we still can only get 1 at a time because we haven't done golem or something. So I had to drop those on the floor, pick up a pile of them, make some super anti-fires. Went and got some Morkea mushroom spores to get Morkea mushrooms to make some prayer renewals. But then we already had some prayer renewals from clue scrolls or something. But then we went and made more prayer renewals anyways, so that ended up working out fine. And prayer potions we already had, bought that from the store. Super anti-poisons we made, wasn't too bad. Just some Irrit and unicorn horns. And then we had the overloads, add in a whole bunch more ingredients to make the supremes and the elders and the etc, etc. Now this is an elder overload salve. All of the everything all of the time. Made 5 of those to make 5 of those for 200 points. Made a bunch of extreme strengths, which we use for just general fighting stuff. Made some more overloads, got stopped by necromancy, miasma rune stuff. So we ended up with a couple overloads, then we turned those into holy overloads. Not that we need the prayer, but only just to get the additional doses. Probably could have made elder overloads or something. That requires more ingredients and effort, and are we really going to use these anyways? Good question. We got the elder overload salves. 30 doses of that for when we're actually doing something, maybe. Extreme strengths. If we're not really trying, it's really easy stuff. Better than the super strengths a little bit, I guess. And holy overloads, elder overload salves. And making all those potions got us far enough that when we make this attack potion, that is 1,000 potions. Not bad. 80 points. Well, that is pretty much all the herb lore tasks available. There's technically a few more, but realistically, there's really only one. Perfect plus potions. Actually, there is just only one. Literally the only task left that directly has a herb lore requirement. Perfect plus potions. But we need another couple crystal tree blossoms. Should get from our crystal tree. It's over there somewhere. Time locked by the days and all that. But we should be able to easily accomplish that. That just needs an overload. We're gonna need to go get more miasma runes to make more overloads. Do we need more harmony moss? We might need more harmony moss. Yeah, we got enough harmony moss. Yeah, we're gonna need to go get more miasma runes to make more Brown miasma removes to make extreme necromancies, to make overloads, to make these perfect plus potions in 2 days. Well, that's a problem for 2 days from now or something. We got other things we can do in the meantime. Next time. Goodbye.